Welcome back to the Making Sense of Money podcast, brought to you by P1FCU, where we talk about the financial topics that matter the most to you. I'm your host, Danielle, and today we are here with Paul Duffau. Thank you for joining me, Paul.
Oh, my pleasure. This will be fun.
Yeah, great. Okay, so your business is commercial inspections, but
I still do home inspections. So my background, I started out as a code guy 25 years ago. So I was inspecting things like Gritman Medical Center. When it got built, I was one of the inspectors out there. Pullman Regional Hospital, same type of deal. Moved over to home inspections, and I had a franchise at that point with National Property Inspections. Great organization.
Okay.
And then branched out on my own after my contract with them ended.
Okay.
And then about 2 years ago, I decided to go back to my roots of the big stuff and commercial stuff. But I've got people that have been relying on me for 20 years. I've got great relationships with them. You don't walk away from people that have been loyal to you.
Right.
So I'm still doing some home inspections. I'm a little more picky about those that I do.
Okay.
But I've got a cadre of really wonderful people I work with. And I intend to work with them until I'm about 80. So they're kind of on notice that the clock is ticking.
Oh, my gosh. That's awesome. That's really great. So in your opinion, is a home inspection required?
Well, no.
Should it be?
Probably.
Okay.
So it's not required. It's one of those areas where that's done to inform the buyer of what the property is going to be like when they get into it.
Okay.
Or at least ideally, that's what we're trying to get to. But none of the organizations, the banks don't require it. None of the lending agencies that I know of require it. So from that standpoint, it's not required, but it's just a darn good idea because you're going to learn things about the property and become familiar with the property. And if there are things that are wrong, hopefully we can get those identified. And then you either go in with full knowledge or you can go ahead and start renegotiating with the seller through your agent, if you're using an agent, to go ahead and see whether we can rectify these before you get in.
Yeah, definitely. Sounds like an excellent way to safeguard yourself.
If nothing else, it's good peace of mind.
Yeah.
And if we do find things, and that happens on a fairly regular basis, now we may actually be providing basic safety.
Okay.
I got an email one time, "Thank you for saving my life," which is one of those emails you never want to get. It's like, what the heck?
Yeah.
And as it turned out, I had warned her about carbon monoxide and getting detectors in, and she had moved in and she started falling asleep. Her dog was falling asleep. She didn't understand why. She got a carbon monoxide detector, and it turned out that the fireplace, which was old, and I'd reported that, was actually emitting carbon monoxide into her home. So those are the sort of things that we're trying to get ahead of on the curve.
Yeah. That's a very good example.
It's a very scary example.
Yeah.
I never want to get another email that starts that way. It gets me a little excited.
Yeah.
So those are the types of things. If we've got major structural damage, if we're going to have a furnace that is 57 years old, okay, it's been robust, it's done a good job, it's not energy efficient, and how much longer is it going to last? We try and give you heads up on that.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of personal safety, a little bit of financial safety, all in one package. And I'm a big believer in inspections. Obviously it's what I do.
Yeah.
But I think it's helpful anytime you're purchasing a piece of property to kind of get a good idea of what's happening with it.
Definitely. Well, it's such a skill because people that don't know what to look for don't know when things are wrong.
Right.
Especially like, the carbon monoxide story. You can't put a price on that. But what does an inspection run people?
Kind of depends on the level of the inspector, how big the house is, where it's located.
Okay.
So if there's travel involved, it's going to be higher. If you're here, say in town, Lewiston, Clarkston, this region, I'd say the prices around here are ranging between $400 and $500.
Okay.
So
Right.
I wouldn't say it's an insignificant chunk of change. But generally speaking, when I do an inspection, even on a pretty good house, there are some items where you're probably going to be able to make some asks of the seller to go ahead and get ahead of that. And then I also do seller's inspection. Some of us do that.
Okay.
And that allows the seller to go ahead and get ahead of the curve, say, this is everything I know about the property, and help limit their liability. Plus, if there's a big red flag there, they can start addressing it early before it causes them, a lost sale that now leads to more time on market and stuff like that.
For sure. Oh, that's really cool. That's great. Yeah. So what does it look like when you say you're doing a home inspection for buyers?
Okay.
What does that process look like?
Well, first thing that happens is they call me, and then we start having they should call me. A lot of times they'll email me.
Okay.
Sometimes I get texts. I like phone conversations.
Okay.
I might be
Don't
old
text you.
Texting is okay for starters.
Okay.
So, and I'll text you back, and then I would like to have a conversation or swap emails and stuff so we can start talking about what it is that's involved in this project. So the first thing is we go ahead and get the appointment set. That usually has to happen in a fairly tight time frame. What we're looking at is what's known as the contingency period. So in every real estate contract, there's usually a 5-day, 10-day, 15-day contingency period where you have to get your inspections done and get a response back to the seller.
Okay.
So we're aiming to land in that particular time frame. And so we schedule the inspection, then we show up for the inspection. Typically, I go through it, and if the buyers have the wherewithal, they come and visit me at the end, and I walk them through the house as I found things.
Okay.
And kind of go over the highlights of it. And if I don't have a whole lot of bad stuff, that's fine. We're still going to spend time in there. I want them to know where their water main is, just in the event there's a major emergency. That's an important thing to know.
Yeah.
Where the breaker panels are, where some of these other items are, gas shutoffs, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we do that walkthrough at the end. They get the report, and then they get to go ahead and act on that, either by themselves or with a representative, an agent, lawyer, whatever, to go ahead and go farther. And pretty much that's where I start to drop out of the picture unless they need clarification.
Gotcha. Okay. So when you do an inspection, how much time do you spend at the property? I mean, in size pending.
An average one, call it 3 hours,
Oh,
start to
okay.
finish.
Wow.
So there's just no way to hurry up some of the process. A small house, you'll get there, but even a small house has the same systems. We have structure, we have plumbing, electrical, mechanical. You have to hit all the systems. So we have all those that we want to go ahead and deal with. So about 3 hours. The first 2.5 is me doing the process, and I actually do a lot of the report writing there on site.
Oh, okay.
So
it's fresh and you're there.
Well, it's fresh. We're there, and I've set up my system that if I've missed something, the program will yell at me and say, "You haven't checked to find this item."
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I should go find that item.
Okay.
So it acts as a check on me and makes sure that I get my job done properly. But the new technologies are just fantastic. You can do a lot of the inspection on your phone. You can put video in there. You can put photos in there right from your phone. And then I upload to my computer. I put the finishing touches on it, and it goes out pretty much right on the spot. I hotspot it out.
Oh, wow. That's that's a smooth process.
When technology works, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
And when it doesn't, I shriek.
Right.
But most of the time, at least in this, I've done it enough. It works really well.
Okay. And then helps you meet those tight turnaround times
Exactly.
too. Okay. So don't dilly-dally. Schedule it right away.
Yes. Earlier is always better because that gives you decision-making time.
Yeah.
And if I find something you need to bring contractors in, you have time to get contractors to come in to give you a bid quote.
Yeah.
We've got a problem with the deck, or the furnace is old and going to need to be replaced. What's that going to cost? Or we've got a problematic, as we call it, problematic electrical panel.
Oh, yeah.
There's a couple of those.
Big deal.
Yeah, big deal. And we need an electrician to come in and give us a bid on how much it's going to cost to replace that panel. Earlier is better. That gives us time to make those decisions, those phone calls.
Yeah, absolutely. Say you do have, a few items on that list that, come back concerning. What are sellers required to do? Or what does that look like going forward from there?
So what they're required to do is nothing.
Okay.
It's a renegotiation at that point. I come up with a list. It might have 30 or 40 different items on there.
Is that normal?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, most of them are going to be relatively minor. If it's a 1952 house, it might not have ground fault circuit interrupters, which are those little receptacles with the test reset buttons on them.
Oh, yeah.
Those are required now.
Oh, okay.
So those are identified as an issue that needs correction.
Okay.
But as I put together the list, when people get the list, then they go ahead and as I said, it's back to negotiation. They submit a contingency response, and they'll list, we would like this done, this done, this done, this done, or they'll ask for cash, or they'll just go, everything's hunky-dory. There's nothing here that I can't handle myself.
Okay.
So that's where that process goes. But what's the seller obligated to do? Nothing. So it's a negotiation again.
Okay. So, for example, like you mentioned, the house with the old circuits. So the house has character. So does it have to have updated circuits? Like, is that something you push people on to fix?
No. If you have wiring that's an issue, old knob and tube wiring that went in the 19 teens and 20s is really starting to degrade. Insurance companies are having more reluctance to go ahead and insure that. There are things that we can do to protect with that without necessarily rewiring the whole house.
Okay.
So character tends to come more in with the way the structure is put together. You get into a 1940s house and you have the curved archways that are they're plaster. Those will have the character and stuff like that. We don't want character in the electrical system or mechanical systems. We kind of like those to be as advanced as we can get them.
Yeah.
And with an old house, sometimes you can't get all the way there.
Yeah.
And then it's also a matter of telling people, it's a 1952 house. You have some ungrounded circuits.
Okay.
A lot of your equipment doesn't care about grounding. Your lamp, when you plug it in, doesn't care. Your phone doesn't care. Your microwave with the 3 prongs, that requires grounding.
Gotcha.
And a lot of times when upgrades are done, they upgrade the kitchen and bathrooms to get those additional safety features in.
Okay.
But the rest of the house may be ungrounded. So it's also explaining to them, this is what this means.
Got it.
So I treat it kind of as an educational process as well, which is why I like clients, if they can be there, let's walk through, ask questions. If I can answer the questions, great. And a good inspector should always be willing to answer lots and lots of questions.
Okay, so you plan to spend time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And your inspector shouldn't be in a rush.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's just...
it's a big deal. It's a big purchase.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Are there any deal breakers? Like if you see it at a house, are you ever like, just run?
I have told people that.
You have?
I told one young couple, it's one of my favorite stories, I'm sorry to tell you that your foundation is in good shape because nothing else was.
Oh.
So the electrical was fried, the roof was leaking, the siding was trash, we had wood rot, we had mold. But it was their dream home and their dream location.
Was it cute? Did it have character?
It does now.
Oh, okay.
Because every once in a while I drive by that location and they have been spending the last 5 years bringing this property all the way back up.
Wow. So they still bought it?
They bought it.
Even though you said to run?
It was their dream house and they planned to put a lot of elbow grease into the place.
Okay.
One of these days, it's going to look mostly complete.
Yeah.
I'm going to knock on their door and go, I've been watching it. It's been wonderful.
Yeah. That's cool.
But I've also seen things fall apart for a simple plumbing leak that would take $50 to fix.
Really?
Yeah. Well, and in that particular case, the buyer and the seller met each other. They decided that they didn't like each other.
Okay.
And the other person had to fix it. And the agents volunteered, no, I want him to.
Okay.
And they just didn't want to do business.
So
in terms of deal killers, there's stuff to run away from, but it's all dependent on your level of comfort. I have a 1910 built house. It's kind of weird and quirky. It fits me.
Okay.
It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
So,
but you're probably fixing things a lot.
With a
Little
19 house,
there,
you're always
right?
fixing things. That comes with the old house.
Like houses in general, but then especially
with old
But
ones.
you probably have some really cool character. You know?
It's got some cool character. It's got some things that'll frustrate you. I went to stick shelves into a closet, and none of the walls are square. So I had to individually cut each side of the thing to get the shelf to fit. You get that with old houses.
Yeah.
And you explain that to people with old houses, that nothing in here is square. Mm-hmm. That's where some of that character and charm come from.
Exactly.
Kind of like the floors. If the floors got a little bit of a roll to them, it's character. Unless I go underneath and I see big problems, in which case it goes from character to problem.
Okay. To run away.
Maybe. It depends on the person.
Okay. True.
So, because I reported a foundation, and I told them it was going to be 5 figures to fix, and the first digit would be a 5. And this was 10 or 15 years ago. And I was close. It was $55,000 to fix that foundation. Wow. But his wife was in love with Victorians, and they brought it all the way back up. Another one of those ones where I drive by and go, wow.
Because you know the full story with the place.
Yeah.
You know where it went, and then you know you got to see it be brought back to life. So that sounds like a very just rewarding career that you've had.
In that aspect.
Okay.
So a lot of times I'll go ahead and deliver a report, and I never hear word one about it again.
Oh, okay.
In that case, it's just it's out there. And I may hear from them 7 years later, and they love me. And every once in a while I hear from them, they hate my guts. Like, okay.
Okay.
It's not a business for the faint of heart.
Okay.
So, and if you're pleasing everybody, you're probably not doing your job.
Okay, that's true.
So
good news to one person is going to be bad news to the other.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, and if you have that opportunity where everything is mostly good news, great. I check the standards. You're allowed to give good news. Put it out there.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Well, this has been a lot of great information. Is there anything that you want maybe first-time home buyers to know, or even people that haven't purchased in a while? Is there anything to keep in mind?
Well, for first-timers and for people that haven't purchased in a while, the home inspection standards are pretty much constantly evolving. State of Washington, for example, is going through another revision of their standard of practice. So Washington has licensure. They have their own standard of practice. These are the things you're supposed to check in a house.
Okay.
Idaho has none of that. So most of the guys here are either ASHI members, which is the American Society of Home Inspectors, or InterNACHI, National Association of Certified Home Inspectors.
Okay.
They have their own standards as well. And people usually pick one that seems to be most congruent with the way they want to go ahead and do the job.
Okay.
But those standards are evolving. The tools are evolving. The houses are constantly changing. So it's important to make sure your inspector is trying to stay up to date on all the stuff that's happening. If they are operating on the Washington side, they do need to have a home inspector license.
Okay.
And then there are just certain services. If they advertise, asbestos or lead-based paint testing, those are EPA mandated license categories.
Okay.
So they have to have those licenses.
Okay.
So when you're evaluating your inspectors, kind of make sure they've got the licenses, make sure they have the insurance, ask lots of questions, ask to see previous reports. Most of us have a sample report
we can do that?
Yep.
Okay.
We can send you out a sample report. It's basically, I take one of my reports, I try and take an average one, not, this one's falling down and look at all the great things I found those, or, this house was perfect. I try and find one in the middle. I kind of scrub the identifying details off and take off the serial numbers, and so it's an actual house that you get to see.
Okay.
And an actual report, not one that I dummied up to make myself look good.
Yeah.
So
no, that's helpful though, because people have to find.
Most inspectors will be happy to send you out a report like that. If they're reluctant to do it, then you should send up a little bit of a red flag. Why do you not want me to see your work product?
Got it.
Because you're kind of buying this on faith and trust. And when you're interviewing inspectors, always recommend interview a couple of them. If you're working with an agent, they'll probably have a list for you.
True.
So, they'll usually give you like 3. Talk to them.
Okay.
If they've got a list of 3, call a 4th one.
Okay.
Just to see what the difference is. And then be willing to ask lots of questions.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Use all your resources, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Well, that's a lot of really great information. So here's the question that we ask, everyone that is a guest on the show, and it is, what is one thing you wish you knew about money sooner?
That it's both not important and critically important at the same time.
Okay.
Money is just a really weird dichotomy. I've gotten to the point where I qualify as old. So, I have kids, I have grandkids. So, and if you ask me whether, I take $1 million or the grandkids, I'm taking the grandkids every day of the week.
Right.
So is money important? Not in that regard.
Okay.
So, but money is going to allow you to do all the things that allow you to get to that happy point where you spend time with the grandkids.
Yeah.
Or you have time to go to the kids' baseball game, or you've decided you want to go ahead and make a trip to Iceland for a vacation. Or Jamaica, depending on what your preference is. My sweetie prefers beaches.
Okay, so you're going to Jamaica.
Eventually.
Okay.
So it's on the agenda for this winter.
Oh, nice.
So anyhow, but money will allow you to go ahead and do those things. And the sooner that you learn to go ahead and manage it so that you're in a position to allow it to work for you instead of you working for it, I think that's where you hit a happy point.
Yeah.
And then just understand it's not the only thing. There are other things in life that are more important. So that's the dichotomy that I see.
Work-life balance, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm not much at the work-life balance. I mostly work.
Oh, okay.
So it just, I don't sit around and do nothing easily.
Okay. Well, what can you do? If you go to Jamaica, you'll have to relax and enjoy.
It's going to be a challenge. But
you can do it. I have faith in you.
I'm looking forward to it.
Great. Well, thank you for meeting with us today.
Okay. Well, my
it's
pleasure.
been great discussing everything that you know. You're just a wealth of knowledge.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you, Danielle.
You're welcome. Thank you for tuning in today. We hope you are one step closer to making sense of money. Don't forget to check out our newsletter and subscribe at p1fcu.org. We'll see you next time.